Hello YouTube, Gaming Goddess here with a review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, a strategy board game based off the Capsule Monster arc in the manga for the PlayStation 2. Just a fun fact, this game was actually released before the Capsule Monster spin-off in the anime. Now it's time to check out the gameplay as we prove our skills to gain the title of King of Capsule Monsters. We have a campaign mode, which is just the main story mode of the game, free play, which allows you to duel anyone whenever, and versus, where you can duel your friends. I'm mostly going to focus on the campaign part of this game because versus only works if two people have saved games on two separate memory cards. The player takes the role of Yami Yugi, who is taking part in the Capsule Monster tournament. We start the game by inputting a name for our profile. Once that is done, we are able to choose between a starter kit or we can create our own unique symbol for the game. When you choose to create a custom symbol, you can pick between attribute, design, and a color. This is a pretty cool feature. The type of symbol you create will give that monster a type advantage on the field. I made a light symbol, so all the light monsters had a boost when dueling. Once all that is finished, we are then given an ever so annoying but brief tutorial by Yugi's grandpa about how to play Capsule Monsters. I'm not a big fan of tutorials, but it is helpful to pay attention to them. Once the tutorial is over, Yugi enters into the first area, where we face Joey Wheeler. After our duel with him, the rest of Area 1 is pretty linear in terms of who we have to duel next. As for Area 2, 3, 4, and 5, we are free to duel whoever we want first. Now the gameplay itself has some deviations from its manga's counterpart. They both have a piece that is known as the symbol, and a number of monsters that can be placed depending on the limit and monster points needed. How everything works in this game is explained in the tutorial, so again, it can be helpful to pay attention to it than it is to just skip through it. Aside from that, the main objective of the game is to use your monsters to destroy all of your opponent's monsters or to destroy their symbol first. At the start of a duel, your opponent and you will pick one of the face down cards. The person with the higher number gets to pick if they want to go first or second. I found it better to go first, that way you can examine the type of monsters that your opponent throws down. Even if you don't get to go first, and let's say you lost the match, you can always just re-duel your opponent and pick the right type of monsters for that duel since their monsters will never change. After a duel is complete, the monsters you have left on your side of the field will gain experience points and can level up. This will make them stronger for the next duel. Just like our monsters, our symbol can also level up. Finally, we are able to take a set number of monsters from our opponent when we win. That covers the gameplay, so let's take a look at the graphics. Our characters only appear in their anime form when they are talking to each other. Other than that, we only get to see our monsters on the field fight, and the only other cool animation that we get is if the field changes in the middle of a duel. Other than that, it's pretty boring without any animated cutscenes. Moving on to the audio of this game. I'm very pleased that it is fully voiced by the original English cast of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's all the more exciting when dueling against certain opponents. As for the music, each stage has its own song. Some sound good, but most of them sound the same in my honest opinion. Well, that's about it. So let's take a look at the pros and cons. Pros. This game is fully voiced. I got to duel all of my favorite characters from the series, and you can create your own symbol. As for the cons, this game can be pretty hard at times. The shop only gets new cards when certain requirements are met, and the music is mediocre. I'm a pretty big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, especially when it comes to the animated series. I've played a few of the games, and they're decent for what they're intended to be, and that's a strategy-based game. This game, on the other hand, has both strategy and board game elements to it, which is pretty cool, but at the same time it gets really repetitive. I like the fact that the game is fully voiced, but that's really all it has going for it. I wish games like this would at least have some type of animated scene other than just watching the two monsters attack each other. Overall, I have to rate Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum a 6 out of 10. I had fun playing it because, again, the voice acting is really enjoyable, especially when Seto Kaiba is just insulting you the entire time you duel him. This has been a Gaming Goddess review. Leave a like if you like this review. Make sure you leave a comment telling me what you think of this game, or if you have any other video game suggestions. Also, remember to subscribe for more reviews like this one. And remember to keep on gaming.